All right, hello everyone. The way that I set this up is I have to have a 17-minute timer that's going on my computer to know when to move through slides. But each question will get about 17 seconds so that this video stays close to 10 minutes or tries to. But I'm going to answer some questions. So, was teaching your first job? I mean, it was my first career job, I guess. Though I did work at a grocery store when I was in high school. I worked at a call center for a while when I was in college. I worked in the dean's office. I've worked some weird jobs, but now I'm a teacher, so sure. What is your favorite hobby and what makes you like it so much? So I'm going to say running because it's the number one thing I do outside of teaching and doing normal Englishy things. And I like it because I can clear my head when I do it. My head just goes completely blank because I'm exhausted. If you could be anything else in the world, what would you be? I mean, when I was in high school, I guess I wanted to be a judge, but I feel I don't know. Okay, I'm not really good at it yet, but what if I was a video editor or did graphics for big industry? What is your favorite movie to watch at home when you have nothing to do for the day? Favorite movie, probably Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, which is this movie where you can erase people from your memories. And it becomes this long drawn out love story, but it's actually sci-fi and fun. Will we have a lot of homework in this class or will it just be classwork? So in my head, I'm imagining not giving you any more than the original hours worth of work that the school wanted us to give our remote sections. But some days will obviously be less than that, but certainly not a lot more than that. What made you go to college? Because I'm still very unsure about my decision. Totally fair. And there are so many other options in college. My parents put a lot of pressure on me when I was younger, and so I kind of just based my decisions off that. But I'm happy that I am a teacher. I'm happy that I went to college. And I was told that college is one place where you can find a lot of different career options. I'm so bad at this timer. This is just a general question about the class. Will we be doing speeches? Not this semester, really, though next semester there is a presentation aspect. I pair it with poetry, so you kind of teach us about a poem that you read. It won't be until much later in the semester, though, so literally next year. How will tests and quizzes happen online for this class? Great question. Honestly, don't know. In my head, a lot of the way that I assess English comes from writing. So instead of tests and quizzes, you'll be doing some writing projects with me. And that feels like the majority of how we'll get through it. But maybe some Google Forms. We'll see. I'm still struggling with what I'm supposed to do. I don't want you to think I'm a student who doesn't get their work done. I'm just a little confused. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the club. We're literally all confused, and that's totally fine. Let me know when you're having problems, and I will absolutely help you, but don't feel like if you don't get something done, you can't turn it in. I love late work just as much as regular work. Maybe not just as much, but close. What was your favorite subject when you were in school? I really liked math, but only because it was easy to me. Math made sense, and you guys all probably have a subject that makes sense, but it's not always going to be that. I liked English because I struggled with it, and you could have an opinion as opposed to it just being one thing is true. What made you want to teach English out of all the subjects? Really, one of my teachers had us teach in class one day as a group project, and it made so much sense when I was done. I was like, oh, wow, this is a career. You can do this and get paid. It feels like a book club that I just forced you all into. Will we be reading a lot? Because I don't really like to read. So yes, though I want to address the last part because I think a lot of people think they don't like to read because they've never been given a book that really relates to them or that they see themselves in. And my job is going to be to help you find that, help you find a book that you feel represented through so that it's more interesting. Do you prefer homemade lasagna or store-bought? Okay, so homemade, mostly just because I know it takes a lot of work. I totally went off on my mom one Christmas because she said hey, we're having lasagna, and then busted out this frozen lasagna that she put in the oven. And it was very immature of me. But if you know of a good store-bought lasagna, let me know because I'm interested. Lasagna is too much work. How did you overcome shyness? Really, it came from the examples around me. So Jayla was really outgoing, and I liked how she seemed to be less stressed out about everything than I was. So I wanted to emulate that. And so embracing all the strange parts about me became empowering through that, I would say is the number one way. What's your favorite thing to do in your pastime? So like read. I like to read a lot. Although I will say during this like pandemic, I haven't really had the attention span to sit down and read much. Like it's been the past month where I've really gotten back into opening a book and trying to finish it because it was a struggle for a hot minute. What's your favorite thing about teaching? You guys. Literally, I get so frustrated when I'm at work and you're not there. And that's why this has been extra struggle city for me because I'm just around other teachers who I like just fine. But like, I want to teach you. I want to work with you guys. That's what I signed up to do. Was there anything else that encouraged you to become a teacher instead of your own teachers? I mean, kind of. I had like a support group of friends, and we were like all honors kids that were good at one thing, so we would help each other with the thing that we were good at. So I would say like peer tutoring probably helped a lot. Do you take notes for English? Maybe turn in late work if we have any. I mean, you can absolutely take notes for English. I don't have any junior level stuff that requires note taking, especially since everything's in video and you can rewatch it if you want. But for the late work, absolutely. I don't value the work less because it's late. I still want it. I still find value in it. How old are you? How long have you been teaching for? So I am 32. Some of you guys guessed that I was much younger in the inferences, and bless you for that. I like that. That made me feel good. And I've been teaching. This is my 10th year of teaching and my 8th year teaching at Belleville. So like I've been here for a minute. Relationship status taken. Deal with it. Short and long-term goals. So short-term goal is to get you guys through this and hopefully make it still productive for you. And a long-term goal is to get better at this whole process. I'd love for these videos to be useful outside of the context of just this year, and interesting outside of the context of this class. What's one of your favorite childhood memories? Oh, okay. Favorite. I'm actually going to have to pause this. Okay, so I think my favorite childhood memory is actually when CDs became popular and I could take my CD player out to the front yard and my cousin and I would just like dance to the songs and it was all very like poppy and you can just probably imagine exactly what it looked like. When you moved, did you stay in contact with your friends? So when I moved into the town, not really, but some of them ended up coming to the high school because like that school was split half and half. Really, my closest friends today are still mostly people that I went to college with or people that I currently teach with. So, you know, your friend group will change. Is your class hard? Hopefully not. And if it becomes hard, like, please know that you can come to me and I will not be annoyed with the like questions or the number of questions. Like, ask me as many questions as you have. I want to sit down and work with you. This is the favorite thing about this job is working with you guys. Is the racial equity group for students as well? Yes. We're working out how to include students right now. And if you're the person who asked this question, like shoot me an email, I will get you involved ASAP because very interested in that. So yes, it for sure will be. Around how many people are in Spectrum? Who? So like at the beginning of the year, 30 or more. And then as the year progresses, you know, you guys get busy and you end up in other clubs that kind of conflict. So we'll see. I'm going to have a Google Classroom. So hopefully it'll be easier to come in and interact and we can keep it, you know, nice and big. What's your favorite and worst aspect of teaching? So favorite, I already said, that's you guys. Worst aspect of teaching are all of the meetings. So like anytime that you guys aren't at school, we're having meetings and we're just talking about stuff that mostly I already know. And some of it's new, but like a lot of it isn't. And it's just so much time out of my life. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have 2 older brothers and they're super older than me. So like the closest one in age is 12 years older than me and the oldest one is 14 years older than me. And yeah, I was the baby, but I also remind them that I was the planned child. Do you like for students to bring you apples? LOL. I love apples. They're totally fine. I find that by the end of the year, if a student brings me food, it tends to be Sour Patch Kids because I talk about loving Sour Patch Kids a lot. I don't know why I love sour candy, but I can't quit it. What's one of your hidden talents? Do I have a hidden talent? I can memorize song lyrics really, really quickly. Like I can hear a song 2 times and know most of the words, if not all of them. And that goes for like commercial jingles too. It's really annoying. What are your Trapped on a Desert Island books, shows, movies? So books, probably anything by John Steinbeck. Shows would likely just be Parks and Rec because I'm super basic. Movies, obviously, Spotless Minds, and the Sister Acts, both Sister Act movies, A plus. If you haven't seen them, they are fantastic. What is your idea of a good day at school work? So this doesn't happen all the time, actually, but the days when my students are really, really interactive and they're enjoying themselves, and it's very clear that they like picked up on what I was putting out there, those are my best days. And those things don't always align, but when they do, it's just so much good energy for me. Have you had any embarrassing teacher moments? So I don't remember which year this was, but I remember being in the computer lab on the 3rd floor, and I tried to sit down in a chair, and I misread how close it was to me. It shot out from under me, and I'm just on my back. And that was my like least favorite moment as a teacher, I think. How do you remember students' names? I don't know, actually, but it's like I have a better memory for students' names than my coworkers. There are still people who work in the school that I don't know, but if a student has been in my class, I'm gonna remember your name. And I try my best to do it like well, so it should be how you pronounce it. And if I mispronounce your name, please tell me. Is there a quote or saying that you live your life by? Oh my gosh, so I never quote the Bible. I swear I never quote the Bible. However, there's this Ecclesiastes passage that says, do not be quickly provoked in your spirit, for anger resides in the lap of fools. I was an angry child, and that needs to be my mantra to like not be that. Who's your favorite author, and what's your favorite book or novel series? So John Steinbeck's probably my favorite author. Oh no, maybe Toni Morrison. And novel series like used to be Harry Potter, but now it clearly isn't. So I'll get back to you on that. I need a new series to love. And that's it. Oh man, I made it through. I did not realize how quickly that would go by, but we did it, guys. We got through.